Moving on to Broncos and Vikings.
Yeah.
Let's start this one out, all under the umbrella of what happened on some key plays. This is a tweet from Rhett. Diggs' 54-yard touchdown. Looked like maybe a dope design, maybe some great improvisation, definitely bad zone communication. What did you see?
Yeah, well, so great question by Rhett, and not necessarily a dope design. I won't say that.
I thought it was pretty good.
Well, it's cool, but it's not like everybody's got this in their playbook. To me, this was the cool thing. It was cool that they were looking for the backside post off of a boot left.
Yes.
Right? So that's what's cool about it. I think everybody has the play. Not everybody alerts that guy on the play, okay?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if everybody has the play, and you're looking at me like I'm an asshole.
No, I'm not.
It means it's going to be fun. I don't think everybody has the play where you fake the run to the right.
Right.
You sprint 7 yards to the left, all with the hope that you're going to get that free safety to go with you.
Yes.
Which they did.
Yes.
And opened up perfectly for the post in where he was supposed to be.
It did. So I think it was like everybody has the play. Where I would give them dope is going to alert it during the week through preparation that they play a defense where the safety is going to jump the crosser. Right? So what they were in basically is what I would call like gun F left. You said it. He's in the shotgun, the running back's to his left, right? He fakes to the running back, and then it's a bootleg to the left side, which they're amazing at.
Right.
And what I would like to say is I don't know where the hell that play went for 3 quarters. It's been the bread and butter all year. They outcoached themselves a little bit in the first 3 quarters. Like I think they thought like Vic Fangio's not going to give us these plays this week.
Gave him too much
and they didn't call him.
Yeah.
I was like, am I in the 3rd quarter and I haven't seen a bootleg yet? Like, what the hell is going on with the Minnesota Vikings? So I think they outthought themselves a little bit from that standpoint. But, you know, to say this, so here we go. It's gun F left. I went in New England offense here. I went ride 134 X post, right? And it was 3-4 defense, right? 3 down linemen, 4 linebackers. It was man coverage. And on the right side is Diggs. And Chris Harris has him man-to-man.
I think it was man-free. I think those are free.
Man-free, right. That's what I mean by man coverage. You're right. I got to explain that better. Man-free. William Jackson's in the middle. He's the middle safety, number 22, who's a hell of a player. Chris Harris is, when at the snap of the ball, and I'll pull this up if you wanted to look at it, he is playing 8 yards, 6 yards off, and I'm 2 or 3 yards inside. So to me, that tells you that, oh, I'm playing a coverage that if there's a crosser route, my safety's going to take it. I need to stop the post route. That's what his coverage and his alignment was all about. And so now the bootleg happens. Cousins is booting to his left. He sets up. And to me, where the beauty of this is Stephon Diggs' route. Stephon Diggs kind of comes off, kind of controlled, like I'm not running real hard. I'm just going to stride it out. And then as soon as he kind of got to about the 10 to 12-yard mark, he hit it. And he went zoom, and he crossed underneath Chris Harris's face. And Chris Harris was not supposed to let him go inside. So he kind of gave him the rope-a-dope or the okie-dokie there, where he kind of, I'm just chilling. I might run a clear-out go. I'm not a part of this play. And then he went zoom. And Kirk Cousins, to his credit, he booted out to the left. He saw he had nobody around him. And William Jackson does take the crosser. And bam, he throws really one of the best throws of the year for Kirk Cousins. And that's saying a lot because he's thrown a lot of damn good balls.
He has.
Yes, he has.
2 things jumped out to me.
Yes.
I did like the design because it took the free safety and moved him just like throwing a board. They're like, boy, if we could get the free safety over there, we could run the post.
Right.
And that little half rollout moved him. So I thought that, to me, that stood out as pretty cool.
Sure.
Number 2, and just adding on to what you said about the throw, normally when you hit a post route, it's kind of an up and over, and we've seen Cousins do that a number of times. He throws a real pretty ball, a lot of trajectory, and lets the receiver run underneath it. This was more of a dart.
It was a rifle.
It was 45 yards, just like you would throw a 20-yard seam route, and I didn't know Kirk Cousins had that in him to push it downfield with that kind of ball and to put it right exactly on him.
I agreed. All right, I'm with you. The throw was it was like usually when you throw that route, you throw it way high up in the air, almost like Carson Wentz's throw. Let me throw it way out there and just let my guy go get it.
He drove this one.
He drove it.
Yeah.
So here it is. See where he's lining up here?
And we're taking a peek. So
we're taking a peek.
Radio.
Here we go. Yeah, you're better at radio than me. But either way, okay, it's 2 receivers to the right. All right, tight end to the left, another receiver to the left. Dalvin Cook in the shotgun next to Kirk Cousins to his left. Now see, look where he is. Let's see, Chris Harris, I'm going to say is 6 yards off at the snap, clearly inside, right? He's on the edge of the inside numbers. I would say he's a yard and a yard half. Stephon Diggs outside the numbers. There it goes. Here goes Irv Smith on the crossing route. All right. Simmons, the safety, 31, is going with him. I think his rule all the way here, I don't know. William Jackson, maybe he's wrong. Maybe he should be back over here. I don't know. Maybe he should be playing center field. If he is playing center field, he's wrong. They might be telling him to watch out for crossers, maybe to watch something here.
I think he ran with Cousins and was a little bit thinking about the go route on the other side.
You might be totally right. You might be totally right. I want to say they're giving him the freedom to kind of just play the eyes of Cousins because of the way Chris Harris lined up to basically say, I'm not going to let anybody inside because my safety has his own set of rules for this play. But either way, see how he's kind of controlled? Like, watch how he's controlled, and then watch how Stephon Diggs hits it all of a sudden. Just boom, and all of a sudden he crosses his face, he throws his hands up, and you're exactly right. Kirk Cousins throws just an absolute dime. And what the hell did I just do to that there?
You made it disappear.
I just made it disappear.
One more shout out to Kirk Cousins. 29 out of 35.
Right.
Okay, he's piling up week after week of numbers similar to this. And just like I talked about with Lamar Jackson one week, I think it was 15 out of 17. And because he's doing this a number of times, he gets overlooked. 29 out of 35, 3 touchdowns, no picks against a very good defense.
A very good defense. A top 5 defense in football.
With 3 touchdown drives that they had to have in the fourth quarter.
Clutch as it can get. You're exactly right. And, you know, again, there was just a lot of high degree of difficulties of throws other than the Rudolph bootleg where he's supposed to be, so just to hit that play.
Speaking of. Getting back to the
Sorry, let's go.
Angle.
Tell me to shut up sometimes.
Podtastical. Which is quite a handle.
Ooh, thank you.
Can you break down the Cousins bootleg touchdown to Rudolph? How was he that wide open?
Okay. All right. So basically, again, another bootleg, which, again, I'm going to reiterate, was crazy that we didn't see these plays a little more in the game in general early on. And this Denver defense is very good, and I'm getting to it just so we can all pull it up and watch it together again, you and I. But it is a bootleg left, and this is where a new guy and your defense screws it up. Duke Dawson, a guy they had traded with the New England Patriots.
Where's he playing?
He is playing on this play. So to paint the picture for everybody, it's 2 tight ends. There's the tight end to the left, the tight end to the right. Stephon Diggs is the receiver to the left. And 81 is the receiver to the right, who I'm blanking on his name, and it doesn't really matter for the purposes of this play. They're going to fake zone right? Kirk Cousins comes out from underneath center. He's faking the run to the right from Dalvin Cook. Oops, he keeps the ball. Boot left, like we always see, okay? They are playing a cover 3 defense, right? And look at Simmons here. He's telling you as Rudolph is going across, because he's lined up over Rudolph, he's yelling, crosser, crosser, crosser. And Duke Dawson, for some reason, is looking too much at Kirk Cousins or maybe expecting somebody to come in the flat, but his job in this coverage is to pass off the crosser and be there. And it's too late before he sees it, and the ball goes over his head, and it becomes a wide open touchdown.
I see something different, and tell me if I'm reading this the wrong way.
You probably are. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I agree with what you just pointed out.
Right.
However, 3 deep zone.
Yes.
So just by basic virtue of that, the corner to the far side of the field has that third of the field.
Yes, he does.
Deep.
He takes the bait a little bit and goes inside.
He takes the bait a little bit.
He does.
He followed the in route to the middle of the field.
Yes. Well, and again, this is one of the issues with like the cover 3 Seattle match defense. At times they tell you, because he's got people underneath to take the short crossers and things like that. It's kind of one of the things that's susceptible to this. It's definitely zone. You're right. He should not go in all the way. He's got Simmons, who's coming back to drop in there to try to take away the middle of the field. But yeah, realistically, he should not take those extra few steps in.
When he did that, because there is a drop defender a couple yards off the line of scrimmage.
Right.
When that corner was on the far side of the field, followed the in route.
Right.
Once he came to the middle of the field, from after you get past 2 yards beyond the line of scrimmage, there's nobody on the far third of the field from there.
There is nobody.
Not one person.
No, there's nobody. Now, I'm just telling you the rules of this Seattle type match defense, what they're trying to run here, okay? And again, Stephon Diggs, the receiver to the left, is in a tight split. He's in a tight split, so that makes him tighter as well, right? He's lined up on the hash almost, basically, as the play goes. And they're not just going to let people run across the middle of the field wide open. They're not. At some point, he's going to match him, especially when the receiver to his side, the second receiver, the other tight end, Irv Smith, does not go out. He has no indicator that, oh, they're going to screw me over there. This is just a good play at the right time, and a guy who's supposed to be sitting here waiting for the crosser is not there. Do I agree with what you're saying with Chris Harris? Do I think he should stay over there a little bit more? Definitely. But it's one of the susceptible areas of their this kind of defensive call. Like if you see, I don't want to get too in the weeds here, but if you watch Seattle over the years, they're playing cover 3, and if you ran a 16-yard in cut on Richard Sherman, and he doesn't see the slot receiver to his side threatening that third, he's told to follow him in, match. That's why it's a match zone. So it almost becomes man. It becomes man. Right.
Shouldn't he have seen Rudolph?
I don't think he should. I think his keys are the this tight end. So he's only keying his 2 guys to his side to threaten him. And again, I could be wrong, but I know a lot about that defense. Whether it's just my years in New England and friends around the NFL who I have a lot of conversations with, those are just one of the rules of it. Again, if Irv Smith, the tight end here, did something somewhat to threaten that, I think he widens and stays wide. But because number 2, the tight end, which is almost a slot receiver in this, he blocks, his indicators basically go, I have Stefon Diggs kind of man-to-man here. Right.
So to answer the question that we were attending to on Twitter, you saying they just caught him. They caught him at the right time with a very good play call.
Caught him right play. And Duke Dawson, who's new in the system, does not drop back and stay back in his area as the underneath coverage is trying to pass off a intermediate crosser. That's what this defense is all for. That's what killed Seattle. Think about the first play of the Super Bowl for the Denver Broncos. All right, the first play was this missed snap.
Oh, yeah.
The second play, when they get the ball back, Peyton Manning throws a shallow crosser to Demaryius Thomas, and he gets absolutely obliterated, right? Yeah. Because everything was, they're in man-to-man. This is the beauty of the Seattle defense at the time. It looked like man, but they would pass off the crossers. Once you left your little, I'm playing you man, but only in this little area. And then once you leave this area, I go back to my zone. And that's where Cam Chancellor crushed Demaryius Thomas, and that was the beauty of the Seattle defense in general. You're not buying me all the way here. I know you're not. I can tell you're looking your face.
I'm listening.
I can tell. All right,
I'm listening.
All right.
I'm listening and looking at where we're going next.
All right.
I would like to keep in mind that maybe the backside corner wasn't supposed to come in as well.
Sure.
Maybe.
Sure.
Just maybe.
Sure. I get you. These are all maybes.
Right.
I'm not in the fucking meeting room with them. All I'm trying to tell people is what I see on film. My years of being around football and learning. These are things that I think happened here.
I give you the benefit of the doubt.
But in the NFL, with a good coach like Vic Fangio, week to week, little rules with certain defenses get tweaked and changed. So I don't know.
That's something I would not have known had you not pointed that out.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.